In a world of power and deception, cold-hearted CEO Isabella Carter hires a fake husband to secure a business deal, only to discover he's a secret prince. What starts as a contract turns into a whirlwind of passion, secrets, and undeniable attraction. But can love survive between royalty and ruthless ambition? A woman who trusts no one, Isabella Carter, had learned one thing in life: the world only respects power and success, not emotions. When her parents' business collapsed due to a deceitful shareholder, she made a decision. She would build her own empire. She would trust no one. And now, in just 1 year, she was at risk of losing everything. From the top floor of her glass-walled empire in New York, she could see the entire city. Everything was under her control, except for one thing: her future. Underscore, 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 underscore. The grandfather's ultimatum. Her late grandfather, Richard Carter, had left a condition in his will: Isabella, you have leadership skills, but you are alone. If you do not marry within a year, Carter Enterprises will be transferred to your cousin, Victor. Rage boiled in Isabella's veins. A woman is only considered capable if she has a husband. What kind of outdated thinking is this? But despite everything, she had loved her grandfather, and she would never allow someone like Victor, a greedy opportunist, to steal what she had built with her own blood and sweat. There was only one solution: she needed a fake husband. Underscore, 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 underscore. The hunt for the perfect fake husband. Isabella called her lawyer and right-hand man, Daniel Brooks. I need a man, someone who can legally be my husband, for just 1 year, she said coldly. Daniel lifted an eyebrow, but wasn't surprised. He knew her too well: practical, ruthless. No nonsense. You're a high-profile businesswoman. No one will agree to a fake marriage without a solid reason. I'll pay a handsome amount. There has to be someone willing. Daniel let out a sigh and placed a folder in front of her. These are potential candidates, but you'll have to make it convincing. Public appearances, media events, family dinners. This isn't just a legal contract. Isabella picked up the folder. Her pulse didn't even waver. To her, this was just another business deal. Underscore, 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 underscore. The mysterious candidate, Adrien Blackwood. 2 days later, Daniel brought in a new file. There's one candidate, no social media presence, no baggage, and most importantly, he values his privacy. Isabella glanced at the file. A name stood out: Adrien Blackwood. Her fingers hesitated for a fraction of a second before turning the page. The photo revealed a tall, broad-shouldered man with jet black hair and piercing blue eyes. He didn't look like a businessman. He looked like a lost prince searching for his kingdom. Tell me more about him, Isabella asked, intrigued. His past, unknown. Family history, vague. But he's a refined gentleman, flawless manners, no criminal record, and he's willing to follow any legal contract. Isabella's eyes narrowed. A man with no ties to any identity. Who exactly is Adrien Blackwood? Underscore, 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 underscore underscore underscore
underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore.
The first meeting, sparks fly. Isabella arranged to meet Adrien at a luxury penthouse suite. When she stepped inside, he was already there. His confidence was regal, like a king who commanded every room he entered. And then he turned towards her. For a moment their eyes locked. Cold-hearted CEO versus the mysterious stranger. She extended her hand, purely for formality. But the second his fingers touched hers, a jolt of electricity shot through her veins. "Miss Carter," Adrien greeted smoothly, his voice deep and hypnotic. "I expected you to test me first, but you already seem quite interested." Isabella's eyes narrowed. This man was far too confident. "I'm simply making my terms clear," she responded coolly. 1-year contract, no real relationship, just an act. Adrien smirked, like he knew a secret she didn't. "Interesting. The more you pretend you don't care about emotions, the more you run from them." For the first time, Isabella's heart skipped a beat. How did this man understand her so well, so quickly? Underscore underscore underscore
Underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore
deal is made to, but the game has just begun. Adrien glanced at the contract, and with an unreadable expression, he said just one thing: "I'll sign it, but under one condition." "What?" Isabella raised an eyebrow. "For as long as this act lasts, you will treat me like your real husband, public or private, no difference." Her breath hitched as his deep blue eyes locked onto hers, like he was reading every hidden corner of her soul. Something told her this man was no ordinary candidate, but she forced a cold smile. "Deal." Adrien picked up the pen, signed the contract, and then he took her hand and placed a slow, deliberate kiss on her fingers. "Your new husband awaits you, Mrs. Carter." For a second, Isabella forgot how to breathe. This game was about to get dangerous. Underscore underscore underscore
underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore.
The contract is signed, but the game has just begun. The moment Adrien Blackwood's hand touched hers, an unexplained spark ignited between them. An invisible current ran through her veins, but Isabella suppressed her emotions. This was just business. Adrien set the pen down and smirked. "So, Mrs. Carter, I'm your husband now." Isabella's eyes narrowed. "Only on paper, not emotionally." Adrien didn't flinch at her sharp tone. Instead, he leaned back, watching her like a chess master studying a complex piece. Underscore underscore underscore
Underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore underscore.
A man with secrets. Who is Adrien Blackwood? She hadn't done extensive research on him, only enough to know he was a discreet businessman who valued privacy. But there was something about Adrien's presence that felt different. Something told her this man had secrets, and Isabella Carter didn't trust secrets. But now she was married to one. He didn't seem like a normal middle-class man. His body language was royal, his words sophisticated, as if he had come from another world. "You don't seem like the kind of man who would marry just for money," Isabella said, curiosity lacing her voice. Adrien gave her a cryptic smile. "And you don't seem like the kind of woman whose marriage anyone could survive." Isabella's patience was wearing thin. You're here for just 1 year. After that you can live your life however you want. Adrien held her gaze, his eyes dark and intense. And what if I want you to fall in love with me before the year is over? Her heart skipped a beat. What was he saying? Impossible, she replied, her tone ice cold. Adrien only chuckled softly. Let's see. Underscore, 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 underscore,
underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, a public announcement.
The world reacts that evening. Isabella called a press conference, officially announcing that she and Adrien had been secretly dating for a year and were now married. As expected, the media was in complete shock. Carter Enterprises CEO secretly married. Who is Adrien Blackwood? Cold-hearted CEO in love. Unbelievable. Investors were confused, and her greedy cousin Victor was suspicious. Something felt off. But when Adrien confidently took Isabella's hand in front of the cameras, all doubts disappeared. His charm, his confidence, his elegance, it all felt too real. A reporter teasingly asked, "Mr. Blackwood, when did you realize Isabella was the perfect wife for you?" Adrien turned to look at Isabella, a slow smile playing on his lips. "The moment I looked into her eyes, and saw how hard she tries to hide the fact that deep inside, she's passionate and vulnerable." Isabella's breath caught. What was he saying? Adrien's gaze held a silent message. Deny it all you want, but I can see right through you. For a split second her heart raced. Underscore, underscore, underscore,
underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore.
The first night, a battle of wills after the press conference. They arrived at the luxury penthouse Isabella had arranged. Adrien loosened his tie and gave her a teasing look. "So, Mrs. Carter, is this the moment we start acting like a real couple?" Without missing a beat, Isabella replied in a bored tone, "I'm going to my room. You can use the guest room." Adrien chuckled. "Oh, so you're already trying to separate me from your life." She spun around, irritation flashing in her eyes. "I only need you for 1 year. I have no interest in your flirting or charm." Adrien took a slow step toward her. Now there was barely an inch of space between them. "So, you only need me." His voice dropped to a husky whisper. Isabella swallowed hard. "I mean, only for the deal." Adrien held her gaze, his voice dangerously soft. "Funny, your heartbeat spikes every time you say that." Isabella quickly averted her eyes, storming off and slamming the door behind her. Underscore, underscore,
Underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore,
underscore, underscore,
underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore.
Alone in the dark, conflicted feelings sitting on her bed, Isabella felt an unsettling mix of anxiety and something else she refused to name. Adrien wasn't a normal man. There was something about him powerful, mysterious. She could still feel the warmth of his touch when he held her hand earlier. The way his presence made the air around her feel charged. "Oh, this is all just an act. Nothing is real," she told herself. But her racing heart told a different story. Underscore, underscore,
Underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore, underscore 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 underscore.
Meanwhile, Adrian's secret. Standing on the penthouse balcony, Adrien let the cool night air clear his thoughts. Isabella Carter wasn't just cold-hearted. She was broken, guarded, running away from love. She didn't know the truth yet. What will she do when she finds out I'm not just a businessman, but a hidden prince? A slow, cryptic smile spread across his lips. Let's see who wins this game. Mrs. Carter. Underscore, underscore,
Underscore 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 underscore.
attraction in the air, fighting the inevitable. Isabella prided herself on control. In boardrooms, corporate battles, ruthless takeovers, she never wavered. But Adrien Blackwood, he was becoming her biggest challenge. A fake husband, who could see every hidden weakness in her, who didn't just listen to her words, but read her eyes, who could shake her confidence with just a simple smile. Underscore, underscore,
Underscore 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 underscore.
living together, sparks flying at every turn from day one. Isabella set the rules. This is just a contract marriage. You'll use the guest room. We'll live separate lives. But Adrien, he didn't do rules. His teasing smirks, his casual flirting, his effortless charm, everything about him disrupted her carefully built walls. One morning, as Isabella made coffee in the kitchen, Adrien stepped up behind her. So close, she could feel his warmth. She took a sharp breath, but refused to react. Then, in a low whisper, right near her ear, I thought you liked your coffee black, but your eyes tell me you secretly like extra sugar. Her eyes widened. You're guessing my preferences just by looking into my eyes. Adrien leaned casually against the counter, a lazy smirk on his lips. I'm not just reading your eyes, Isabella. I'm reading your heart. Flustered, she grabbed her coffee and stormed off to her office. But her heart, still racing. Underscore, underscore,
Underscore 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 underscore.
Charity Gala, the perfect couple illusion. A week later, it was time for Carter Enterprises' annual Charity Gala, an event filled with CEOs, investors, and competitors. But tonight was more than just business. Tonight was Isabella and Adrien's first public appearance as husband and wife. And when Adrien stepped into the grand ballroom, dressed in a sharp black tuxedo, every head turned. His confident walk, his royal-like aura, his piercing grey-blue eyes. He wasn't just any man. He was Adrien Blackwood, and he was about to play the role of the perfect husband flawlessly. The royal couple, a night to remember, as Isabella walked beside Adrien, draped in a deep red silk gown, an elegant diamond necklace resting against her skin. They looked like a real-life royal couple. A reporter teased, "You two look like the perfect power couple. Such chemistry. What's your secret?" Adrien smiled softly, his not hesitating for a second before taking Isabella's hand in his. Secret? Well, when your wife is this beautiful, why keep anything a secret? Isabella's eyes widened in shock. This wasn't part of the contract. Her heart pounded against her ribs, but she couldn't say anything in front of the media. She forced a smile, though a faint blush crept up her cheeks. Underscore. Porteming kimum. Coming denum.
Underscore, 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 underscore.
Coming denum all pos. Just pes. Coming denum
Underscore, underscore, underscore.
smoother than ever. The ballroom filled with the sound of a slow, romantic melody. Adrien extended his hand. Shall we dance, Mrs. Carter? Isabella wanted to refuse, but all eyes were on them. Taking a deep breath, she placed her hand in his. As Adrien's firm, warm hand settled on her waist, she inhaled sharply. Music played softly in the background. Relax, sweetheart, Adrien whispered. The deep timbre of his voice sent a shiver down her spine. His presence, his scent, his warmth, everything was throwing Isabella off balance. She struggled to maintain control, but when Adrien's fingers lightly brushed against her hair, her body froze. He's just a fake husband, she reminded herself. But her heart refused to believe it. Underscore.
Underscore, 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 underscore.
Porteming den Bird zu Contensteros.
Underscore, 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 underscore.
Contensteros. Coming denim. Coming denim. Seaching tensteros. After the event, back at the penthouse, Isabella's mind was a storm of emotions. Adrien turned to her, a teasing smile on his lips. So how was our first public event? Isabella snapped her gaze toward him. What you did wasn't part of the contract. Why did you compliment me in front of the media? Adrien's intense gaze locked onto hers. And what if the compliment was real? Her breath caught, her heart pounded, but she refused to acknowledge her emotions. I don't like your games. Adrien took a slow step forward. And I don't like your self-denial. Only one step separated them now. Adrien gently lifted her chin, forcing her to look into his piercing grey-blue eyes. Are you sure you don't feel anything? He asked in a low, husky voice. Isabella quickly averted her gaze. Her heart was betraying her. Without another word, she rushed into her room, slamming the door shut behind her. Underscore.
Underscore, underscore, underscore.
Consume tensteros. G.
Underscore, 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 underscore.
Consume tensteros. Miss. E.
Underscore, underscore, underscore.
Consume steros.
Underscore, underscore.
Conflicted steros.
Underscore.
Conflicted hearts. What happens next? Isabella was fighting with herself. Adrien was just a contract husband. And yet, his touch, his words, his eyes, everything felt too real. Meanwhile, Adrien stood on the penthouse balcony taking a deep breath. The more she runs from me, the more her heart will reveal the truth. But even Adrien had a secret of his own. What will she do when she finds out I'm not just a businessman, but a real prince? Underscore.
Underscore, underscore,
Underscore.
underscore, 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 underscore.
Contraviant. Ketro. Coming dent to Timing dent. Ketro. Coming dent to Timing dent. Ketro. Coming dent to Tian Seven Amentisment. He.
Underscore, underscore.
Consum tenstores. A stormy night, and a heart in turmoil. Isabella stood on the balcony, staring at the distant city lights. But in her mind, she saw only one face. Adrien Blackwood, his smirk, his teasing voice, his deep grey-blue eyes that seemed to look straight into her soul. This is all fake, she told herself, but her heart refused to listen. She kept reminding herself that Adrien was just a contract husband. And yet, Her mind kept replaying the feeling of his touch. Underscore. Consultant stories. Confrontation of hearts. The push and pull behind her. Adrien appeared. His shirt's top buttons were undone, his eyes burning with an unreadable emotion. "You're still awake?" he asked in a soft, husky tone. Isabella turned sharply to face him. "Why do you care?" Adrien stepped closer, just one step away. "I care, Isabella, and so do you." Isabella's breath hitched. "This is all an act, Adrien. This marriage is just a deal." "And you?" Adrien's voice hardened. "Is that really what you want to say?" Silence. Adrien gently lifted her chin again, making her look into his eyes. "You keep running from me, Isabella. But your eyes, they tell me you feel the same way I do." Her lips parted, but no words came out. Frustrated and confused, she turned and stormed inside. Underscore. 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 Frustrated and confused, she turned confused. Kato, findante bepupplement, Kato, trapped by the storm, an unavoidable night together. Salalum. Outside, rain poured heavily, a violent thunderstorm raging across the city. Suddenly blackout. The entire penthouse was plunged into darkness. Isabella sighed in frustration. Great, first a fake husband, now a blackout night. Adrien smirked from the hallway. "Are you afraid of the dark, Mrs. Carter?" Isabella shot him a glare. Just then, crack, a loud lightning strike made her flinch. Without thinking, she stepped closer to Adrien. He gently took her hand. "Relax, I'm here." Her breath hitched. She was standing so close, she could feel the steady rhythm of his heartbeat. A moment of weakness, or something more. Adrien took her hand and placed it against his chest. "Can you hear it, Isabella?" he whispered. Her fingers trembled against his warm skin. His heartbeat was racing, just as fast as hers. For a moment they just stood there. No words, no distance, just the sound of their hearts beating in sync. A heartbreaking escape, running away from feelings. Isabella lifted her eyes, and for the first time, he saw a flicker of vulnerability on her face. "This isn't just a game for me." Isabella's eyes widened. "Bubbly what?" Adrien gently tucked a loose strand of her hair behind her ear, his breath warm against her cheek. "I know you feel it too, no matter how much you try to deny it. Your eyes say everything." Isabella froze. Her heart pounded against her chest, a war raging inside her, her mind reminding her this was just a fake marriage, a contract, nothing more. But her heart, it melted at Adrien's every word. And then, without warning, Adrien gripped her waist and pulled her closer. There was barely an inch between them. Isabella shut her eyes, her heart thudding like crazy. "Say it, Isabella," Adrien whispered in a low, husky voice. "Say that I mean nothing to you." She was speechless. Her heart was capturing this moment, locking it away forever. But then a sudden realization struck her. This was wrong. Or maybe it was completely right. In a panic, Isabella took a quick step back, as if running from her own emotions. "This is all an act, Adrien. A contract, nothing more." Adrien's expression shifted. Hurt flickered in his eyes before a sad smile curled his lips. "If this is just an act, then why do your eyes tell a different story?" Without another word, Isabella turned and rushed into her room, slamming the door shut behind her. Her heart was still racing, but now, she was confused. "I need to control this. This is just a fake marriage, just a contract." Yet no matter how many times she told herself that, Her heart refused to listen. Meanwhile, Adrien stood on the balcony, gazing at the city lights, exhaling a deep breath. I won't force her, but one day, she'll listen to her heart, and on that day, I'll tell her my biggest secret. Distance that hurts more than closeness. After that night, an unusual silence settled between Isabella and Adrien. Adrien, who was always teasing and sarcastic, was now quiet. Every morning at the breakfast table, he gave her nothing but a polite smile before finishing his coffee and heading off to work. For the first time, Isabella realized that her fake husband was starting to affect her emotions. If this is just an act, then why does it feel so strange? Underscore, 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 underscore business. Charity ball, the night that changes everything. A week later, Isabella had to attend a charity ball, one of her father's favorite events, where the top business elites gathered. Adrien had no choice but to accompany her. As they entered the grand ballroom, flashing lights, soft music, and designer gowns filled the atmosphere. Adrien placed her hand gently on his arm and leaned in. Smile, Mrs. Carter. Everyone should believe we're happily married. Isabella quickly forced a smile, but inside, something felt off. Every time Adrien looked at her, there was a new intensity in his gaze, something deep, something unreadable. Underscore, 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 underscore ball, underscore. Deans filled with unspoken words. Midway through the ball, the host announced a slow dance. Adrien, will you dance with me? Isabella asked casually, though a hint of hesitation laced her voice. For a moment, Adrien simply stared at her. Then, extending his hand, he said, always. As they stepped onto the dance floor, the lights dimmed and a soft romantic tune filled the air. Adrien held her hand gently, placing his other hand on the small of her back. A shiver ran down Isabella's spine at his touch. They swayed slowly, but the real battle was happening inside their hearts. Isabella, Adrien's voice was low and deep. Yes? She looked up, meeting his intense gaze. Do you really want this marriage to remain just a contract? Isabella went still. Adrien leaned in, their lips just an inch apart. Because if you let me, I can turn this act into reality. Her heart pounded. This is just a deal, Adrien. Adrien chuckled softly, but there was sadness in his eyes. Do you really believe that? She couldn't answer. Her heart already knew the truth. What she felt for Adrien was far from fake. Underscore, 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 underscore ball, underscore, 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 underscore ball, underscore ball, underscore, 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 underscore galaxy. Sparks of fire. As they danced, a charming young billionaire, Daniel Harper, approached them. Isabella, you look absolutely stunning tonight. Your husband hasn't left your side for even a second, huh? Daniel teased. Isabella offered an awkward smile, but Adrien's expression darkened. Is there a problem, Harper? Adrien's voice was cold. Daniel chuckled and reached for Isabella's hand. If your husband doesn't mind, I'd love to steal a dance with you. Before Isabella could react, Adrien gripped her hand firmly. I do mind. His voice was laced with quiet fury. Isabella looked at him, shocked. Without another word, Adrien pulled her off the dance floor and led her to a quiet balcony. Grabbing her shoulders, he stared straight into her eyes. You're mine, Isabella, he growled, and I won't let anyone else get close to you. Her heart stuttered. This is all just an act, Adrien. She tried to protest, but her voice wavered. Adrien moved closer, his face just inches from hers, his breath warm against her lips. If this is just an act, then tell me, why is your heartbeat racing? Isabella squeezed her eyes shut, a storm raging inside her, and then, Adrien softly pressed a kiss against her cheek. A moment that felt like a lifetime. It was just a second, just a fleeting moment, but for both of them, it felt like a lifetime. One day, Isabella, you'll admit that you feel the same way, and I'll wait for that day. That night, for the first time, Isabella couldn't sleep. Underscore, 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 underscore. A silence that speaks volumes. After that night, an unusual tension settled between Isabella and Adrien. A tension that wasn't just because of a stolen kiss, but because of unspoken emotions. To Isabella, Adrien had become a mystery. Was he just a handsome stranger, tied to her by a deal, or was he something more, something deeper? She tried to convince herself that whatever was happening was fake. But every time Adrien was near, every time his warm hazel eyes met hers, her heart whispered the truth. Underscore, 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 underscore. Distance that feels like pain. From that day on, Adrien kept his distance. He was no longer the teasing, sarcastic, flirtatious husband. Now, he was reserved, formal, distant. Isabella should have been relieved. But why? Why did it sting when Adrien came home late at night and simply nodded before heading to his room? Why did the house feel empty without him? Had she grown used to his presence? Was this really just a contract, or something more? Underscore, 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 on night. That breaks the walls that night. A terrible thunderstorm raged outside. Lightning crackled, rain poured heavily, and the night felt lonelier than ever. Isabella tossed and turned in bed, unable to sleep. A strange restlessness gnawed at her from the inside. Finally, she made a decision. She needed to talk to Adrien. When she reached his room, the door was slightly open. A soft glow spilled from inside, and there he was, shirtless, a whiskey glass in hand, standing on the balcony as rain dripped from his broad shoulders. Isabella's heart stopped for a second. Adrien sensed her presence, but didn't turn around. "Why are you here, Isabella?" His voice was deep, rough, filled with something unspoken. She stepped inside, hesitant. "I need to talk to you." Adrien turned, his hazel eyes shadowed with intensity. "About what?" She hesitated for a moment. "Then you've been acting different, Adrien. You used to tease me, flirt with me, but now, you're pulling away. What changed?" Adrien let out a bitter smile. "Does it even matter, Isabella? This is just a deal, isn't it?" His words were cold, but his eyes were filled with pain. "Then why are you angry?" Isabella challenged. Adrien set his glass down and took a step closer. Now, they were barely a foot apart. "Because Isabella," his voice was low, rough, "because this act stopped feeling fake to me." Isabella's breath hitched. Adrien reached out, gently tracing his fingers across her cheek. "Because every time you walk into the room, I have to control myself. Because when you talk to someone else, I feel jealous. Because when you're near me, I feel like I can't stay away." She forgot how to breathe, and the biggest reason. Adrien whispered, leaning in, his lips just inches from hers. "Because I've fallen in love with you." underscore 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 underscore. A confession that changes everything. Isabella stood frozen. She met Adrien's gaze, and all she saw was raw, unfiltered emotion. No deal, no act, just the truth. Her mind told her to step back, but her heart refused to move. Adrien took another step forward. Say it, Isabella. Say that you feel nothing. She was speechless. A part of her wanted to run into his arms, but the other part, the part ruled by fear, whispered warnings. This isn't real. This was just a contract. But this contract had become real, and running from it was no longer an option. Underscore 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 underscore. A moment that changed everything. Adrien's words echoed in Isabella's heart. Because I've fallen in love with you. She was still in shock. She had convinced herself this was just a contract marriage, a deal, nothing more. But Adrien's confession changed everything. He was still standing there, his hazel eyes deep, vulnerable. Say it, Isabella. Say that you feel nothing. Her heart pounded. Her mind screamed at her to step away. But her heart, it was pulling her toward him. Underscore 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 underscore. When distance no longer matters, Adrien moved even closer. His body was just inches from hers, his breath warm against her cheek. He took her hands in his, gently stroking her skin with his thumb. I know, Isabella, he murmured, his voice raw. You can deny it all you want, but your eyes can't lie. Isabella shut her eyes tight. She was scared that if she admitted what she felt, everything would change. Adrien, this is just a misunderstanding. But her voice didn't match her words. Adrien tilted her chin up, forcing her to meet his gaze. A soft pink flush had spread across her cheeks. Look into my eyes and tell me, Isabella, tell me you feel nothing. She lifted her gaze, and she couldn't say it, because in Adrien's eyes was nothing but the truth, the same truth she had been running from. And in that moment, she realized something. She had already lost this battle, because her heart had already chosen him. Underscore 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 underscore. A set keys that was meant to happen. Adrien slowly placed his fingers on her cheek, as if he was asking for permission, as if he was saying, if you want, I will step back. But instead of moving away, Isabella closed her eyes gently, and in that moment, Adrien pressed his lips against hers. A soft, slow, deeply passionate kiss. At first hesitant, like two broken souls trying to understand each other. But then, intensity grew. Adrien placed his hands around her waist and pulled her closer, as if he couldn't bear to let her go. Isabella rested her hands on his broad shoulders, and for the first time, she felt free. That kiss held emotions beyond words. This wasn't just a contract marriage. This wasn't just a performance. This was real. As Adrien slowly pulled away, he placed a soft kiss on her forehead, as if promising, I will never leave. And that night, Isabella realized, for the first time, her heart was truly beating. The storm after the calm. But love is never that easy. The next day, during an investors' meeting, Isabella's secretary handed her a confidential file. "Ma'am, this is an important report about a..." Curious, Isabella opened it, and what she saw shattered her heart. Adrien is a royal prince. The file contained his entire hidden past. His real name was Prince Alexander Adrien Beaumont. He was not just a business consultant. He was a real-life prince, and he had been hiding it from her. Her hands trembled. If he never told me the truth, were his feelings fake too? 1 second, her heart was overflowing with happiness. The next, it was breaking into pieces. A truth that shatters everything. Isabella couldn't stop staring at the file. A secret that could change everything. Prince Alexander Adrien Beaumont. The name echoed in her mind again and again. The man she had been with, the man who had cared for her, understood her, loved her, was actually a prince. Everything he did, his kindness, his warmth, his affection, was it all just another lie? Her heart didn't want to believe it, but the truth was right in front of her, and now she was ready to confront Adrien. The confrontation that burned everything. That night, when Adrien returned home, he found Isabella waiting for him. Her eyes were filled with anger, pain, and betrayal. "Isabella," Adrien spoke softly, but a strange fear crept inside him. Then, he noticed the file in her hands. The moment he saw the cover, his face turned pale. Isabella threw the file at him. "What is this, Adrien? Or should I call you Alexander?" Adrien froze. This was the moment he had feared the most. "So, you found out," he whispered. "Found out?" Isabella almost screamed. "You lied to me, Adrien. You never told me you're a prince, a member of a hidden royal family." Adrien reached out his hand toward her, but Isabella took a step back. "Listen, Isabella, I thought this wasn't important. Not important." Tears of anger burned in her eyes. "I thought you were a simple man, Adrien. I thought everything between us was real. But you hid everything from me." Adrien lowered his head, silent. He never wanted the truth to come out like this. But now, he couldn't afford to lose her. "A love that refuses to die." "Isabella, I know I didn't tell you the truth, but what I felt for you was never a lie. How do I believe that, Adrien? How do I know this isn't just another false story?" Adrien stepped closer, gently placing his hand on her cheek. "If you think I'm lying, look into my eyes, and tell me you believe I don't love you." Isabella lifted her gaze. Adrien's eyes, deep, honest, raw. No lies, only the truth of a broken man. She wanted to step back, but the moment Adrien took her hands in his, she forgot everything. "You were never just a fake husband, Adrien. You weren't just part of a deal. You made me feel something I've never felt before." Adrien brought her hand to his lips. "And you gave me something no one ever has, Isabella, a reason to live. But this truth is a huge problem, Adrien. You are a prince, and I'm just a businesswoman. Our worlds are different, but our hearts are the same, Isabella." Adrien whispered, "A decision that seals their fate." Adrien leaned in, his lips brushing softly against hers. "I only want you, Isabella." This time, Isabella didn't pull away. She closed her eyes and slowly pressed her lips against his. A deep, passionate kiss, filled with love, trust, and an unbreakable promise. A silent vow that no matter what happens, they will never leave each other. And in that moment, Isabella understood. Love is bigger than titles. Love does not follow rules. And if Adrien was willing to leave his world for her, couldn't she accept him, just the way he was? A love that defied royalty. Isabella wrapped her arms around Adrien, as if she would never let him go. And Adrien held her close, as if losing her was never an option. A love story that shook the royal palace. They stood facing each other, but one decision still remained. Could love break the rules of the world? Adrien wasn't just a man, he was a prince. And Isabella wasn't just a successful businesswoman. She was a woman who, for the first time, had truly felt love. But could a business empire and a royal kingdom ever unite? The royal family had summoned Adrien. for one final meeting. Isabella's heart pounded. Would Adrien hold her hand, or would he let go, bound by his duty as a prince? The ultimate choice, duty or love. Adrien stepped inside the royal palace, where his father, King Richard, and his mother, Queen Eleanor, were waiting. Alexander, you are a prince. King Richard's voice echoed through the grand halls. You have a duty. You cannot marry an ordinary woman. Adrien stepped forward, determination burning in his eyes. I didn't find an ordinary woman. I found someone who understands me, someone who connects me to my true self. You are a prince. Your duty is to protect your legacy and the royal bloodline. Adrien took a deep breath and spoke the words that shook the palace. If love goes against my duty, then I am ready to renounce my royal title. A heavy silence fell over the palace. Queen Eleanor's eyes filled with tears. Adrien, would you truly give up everything for one woman? Adrien smiled slightly, but his voice was strong. No, mother, I am not giving up my identity. For the first time, I am accepting who I truly am. Being a prince isn't about wearing a crown. It's about following your heart. King Richard took a step back, and then a voice came from behind. If I can't be part of royalty, then what? Everyone turned. Isabella stood at the entrance, her eyes full of certainty. I don't want a prince, Adrien. I want you. The man who understands me. The man who loves me without conditions. If that means I can't be part of the royal palace, then I don't care. King Richard stared at her for a long moment. Then he let out a deep breath. Perhaps we were wrong. Everyone gasped. Perhaps being a king isn't just about following traditions, but creating new ones. Queen Eleanor stepped forward and placed her hand over Adrien's. If this is true love, then we must accept it. The royal wedding that shocked the world. A historic announcement shook the world. Prince Alexander, Adrien Beaumont, will marry Miss Isabella Carter in a royal ceremony that will unite love and duty. The news spread like wildfire. But when the wedding day arrived, the entire royal palace was draped in roses and glowing under the soft moonlight. Adrien, dressed in white and gold, didn't look like a prince. He looked like a groom, waiting for the love of his life. And when Isabella entered in her white satin gown, the entire palace fell silent. Adrien looked at her, as if she was the most breathtaking sight in the world. Isabella smiled and took his hand. Are you ready for your new life, my prince? Adrien held her hand tighter. Only if you'll be my princess. And with that, love rewrote destiny.